Right. Give the name of the certificate. You are getting a self-signed certificate. This is CA signed certificate. You generate a certificate. You give this certificate to third-party system. Third-party system will generate the signature on it, and they will push back the certificate again. That means now I want to communicate with Amazon. Amazon says we don't trust the Salesforce. We trust only Microsoft, or we trust only IBM or GoDaddy. So what I will do in the Salesforce, I will generate a CSN certificate. I will send the certificate to Microsoft or Amazon or GoDaddy. They will sign the signature. They sign the signature in the sense they use the private key to encrypt the data and they send back. Then this key I will be using for authentication, which is called CSI. Now your certificate you want to export to Keystore, import from Keystore. Choose the file, whatever the certificate the third party people have given, copy the certificate, save it, give the name for the file, and they give a passcode. Now once you save it, I guess I have some certificate. Right. Whatever the certificate the third party gives you, you copy the certificate, choose it, enter the password and save it. When I save it, you get the certificate name. The certificate name what I am getting, that should be passed in the code. The certificate name what we are getting, the certificate name we have to pass here. If it is certificate, if it is authentication, the name of the certificate we have to pass here. If you pass the name of the certification, automatically you authenticate. So we need to import our certificate from third party, import the certificate and save it, and they give the password. And whatever the name of the certificate is there, if you enter the name of the certificate, the system will automatically go to the certificate, take the certificate and send for authentication. So if this is a certificate-based authentication. So I told you there are three types of authentication. One is certificate-based authentication, other one is header-based, other one is body-based. Header-based authentication, body-based authentication, and certificate-based. Now, header, we have to put the data in header element. If it is a body, we have to put the data in the method. If it is certificate, we have to pass the name of the certificate. Okay. Now, let me give you one more system here. I want to understand go to the system. Let me give you this system. This is your integration account. Log into another account. Now, this is a third party system. I want to use partner visual files and integrate with this. Look at the story. Setup, build, develop, API. Then what we have here? Partners. Generate the partner visual file. I generate a partner visual file. At the same time, go to this, create, administer, security controllers. We have certificates and key. Get a self-sign certificate. Download. Right. They gave a partner visual file. They gave a certificate. Now, log out of this account. Now, this is your integration 126 branch. Here I am choosing certificate controllers, certificate and key management, import from KSCO, choose the file, so they are expecting some JKS files, file is not supported, okay. Right. Okay. Now look at the story. Whatever the visual file that is generated, this visual file I was supposed to use in the Salesforce. One organization has given a partner visual file. I am going to take this partner visual file and communicate with this organization. So when you want to communicate with this, there are a few things which you have to modify. Salesforce will not support any type. That should be replaced with any type will not be supported by Salesforce. You are supposed to replace any type with string. Any type will not be supported by Salesforce. We need to replace the any type with the string. Okay. Then save it. Then go to your integration account, setup, then here we have build, develop, then we have Apex classes, generate from choose the visual file, partner visual file, right. This will be our main class. The middle one will be our main class. Generate. So whatever the visual file you give, that visual file I consume and convert it into Apex class. Once I convert it into Apex class, partner. So this is the class what we got. This is the class what we received. Right. Now this is a body-based authentication. What type of authentication is this? Body-based. This is a body-based authentication. So look at this. We have a class called SOAP. How do you know we have a class called SOAP? Because we are going to get it to 20,000 or 30,000 lines. How do you know which is the main class? You go to the visual file. What is the name of the class here? Service. Name of the class? That's how I know the name of the method. At the same time, how do you know what are the methods available? Go to abstract. We have go to port types. If you go to port types, you know name of all the methods we are going to get. So here, describe nouns, describe find duplicates, retrieve quick action templates, describe here. So send email, get user info. All these are what? Set password, set user stamp, search, query mode, query all, query, get updated, get deleted, log out, process, retrieve, delete. This type of services we have. Right about this type of services we have. So in the SOAP, we have different type of services here. Describe items, all these are what? Different methods which are available here. In this, we have one of the method as login method. One of the method is what? Login method. This method is going to authenticate you. Right. Now if you want to log in, the point here is, if your IP address is open, then username password will do it. If your IP address is not open, then we are supposed to pass security token. Okay. Now what I want to do? Visual file is consumed. Once the visual file is consumed, we need to understand the structure here. Very simplified structure. What is the name of the class? Partner. We have a partner. Partner example dot scope. Then we have example dot login result equal to service dot login. In the login method, they are asking the username password. Dave@the-rate-of320.com. Password. String session ID equal to right. String session ID equal to result dot session ID. The point here is Salesforce is not allowing you to print Salesforce session ID in the log file directly. So what I will do? So I can give string right. Now here I need to go with the primary point here is I need to go with setting the endpoint URL. You go to the SOAP class. I told login.salesforce.com. This should be the endpoint URL which I have to keep with remote site settings. Go to setup, security controllers. This is just to tell you that every system remains the same. Once you consume, you are going to get a class, outer class, inner class. In the inner class, mother will be there. Create the object for inner class, call the mother. Every system is the same. Only the problem is, while converting, there may be a problem. While converting the visual file into Apex class, you may face problem. Once it is converted, there is no problem. Once it is converted, the procedure remains the same. What is the procedure? Outer class dot inner class, object dot method. Partner service. SOAP. So, created the object for inner class. That is going to give partner. There is a method call. Login service dot password. This is method. Then I want to print it. System.debug. We are running it. Let us go back and see. Now what happened? We got the session ID. If you got the session ID, authentication is created. Now I can call the services from the third party system. Now how did you use this? They gave me one partner visual file. I consumed the partner visual file. While consuming in the visual file, I removed any type into string. I converted the visual file into Apex class. Once you converted outer class, in the inner class, we have a class name called SOAP. That is the main class. In the SOAP class, there is a method called login. In the login method, you have to give username, password. What type of authentication is this? Body format of authentication. Because where I am passing the data, in the method like a parameter I am passing. I have a method. In the method I am passing the parameters. So it is a body based authentication. Okay. Now we got session ID. Once you got the session ID, what I want to do? Online, am I audible? Online, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Next. Okay. This is done. But now what is my requirement? Now what is my requirement? The third party to which I connected, the third party system to which I connected, they want to provide some service also. Now how they are giving? This is my Dev 320. Developer console. we give this is how I am doing. This is a service. Now, how do we give this service? Setup, soap demo class. There is a generate visual file. Save this visual file. This is how we create. So, what are the visual files these people have given us first? They given two visual files. One is partner visual file they give. Another one is service. Partner visual file I am using for authentication. The service file I am using for performing some action. Because I am doing from Salesforce to Salesforce. Generally, you are not supposed to do it. Just to, because we require both the systems live, I am taking Salesforce to Salesforce. Okay. Now, go back to the system. Setup. Build, develop, Apex classes, generate from visual, choose the file, examples, file system. Generate. Right, this is a class which is created. Now, come back to the story. How many visual files you consumed, Amma? How many visual files you consumed? How many visual files you consumed? Two visual files. Integration 126 consumed two visual files. One partner visual file, another one is service visual file. Now, look at the point. Look at the point. Here comes header type of authentication. Login is body format of authentication. The other one I am taking is header format of authentication. Look at the story. Soap testing. The soap testing, what is the class I created? Soap demo. This is the endpoint URL. First I was supposed to register this endpoint URL with the remote site setting. Go back. Remote site setting. So we got. Then, what is the header element we got here? Look at this. Session, because it's a header based authentication, I have to put the authentication detail. Session header element. Now, what is the method we have? Create. Is it asking any credentials for you? So obviously it's not a body based authentication. So where should I pass? Without authentication, can I push the data? Not possible. So authentication is required. So if it is not asking the parameters in the method, obviously it should be a header-based authentication or certificate-based authentication. Either I have to pass a certificate or either I have to pass a certificate or either I have to pass header-based authentication, because it is not a body-based authentication. So what is the solution I have? Header-based authentication. Session header element. In the session header element, go back to the session header element. What is the ID? They're asking me to pass the ID. So what type of authentication is this? Header-based authentication. Okay. So what I'm doing, this is what? Use the partner dot use the partner visual service and create session. Then you are supposed to consume the service. Soap testing dot outer class dot inner class. So before that, what I was supposed to do? I was supposed to pass the credentials in the header. Set the authentication data. So how you set it? Partner example dot soap dot session header element equal to session header element. Head dot session ID equal to head dot session ID equal to whatever the session ID we got in the above case. When I give login, you are getting a session ID. Whatever the session ID I generated from partner visual file, that session ID I am putting in header. What is that? Header. Now, soap testing dot soap inner class. Then what I done? Demo dot what I was supposed to do? Look at the point. Here I have header element. What is the name of the header element? Session header element. What was that? Demo dot session header equal to whatever the header I created here, that I am passing. Then I have to give string status equal to demo dot create soap test energy system dot debug. First, let us see the output. I'll explain the step by step process. Execute. What was this? ID is created. So record was created. ID was created. Go to that integration account. So what did I do? One is header-based authentication, other one is body-based authentication. I will demonstrate the process clearly. Try to understand this. First, org1. This is service argv1. The argv1 create SOAP API service. How did you create? Global class account web service static This is how I create. Second one, generate the visual file. Account. Then generate the partner visual. How do you generate the partner visual file? Setup. Setup, build, develop. Set up, build, develop API partners. Then create a user with a profile based on this 4-year feature. Now what you are supposed to do? Share partner visual file, share partner visual file, share partner visual file, share account create visual file, partner visual file, account create visual file, and user credits. This we are going to share with the third party. This is organization 1. Then organization 2, consumer. Open the partner visual file and modify. Place any type with consume the partner visual file, consume the partner visual file, and create setup build, develop, Apex classes, generation, enter the class names. The class names will be asking partner demo, partner. Next one. Consume the template. How the template will be created? Like this, the template will be created. Public class. This one we have, internally we have this one we got. Similarly, consume account create visual file. Apex class. Now I have public class. Then what is the navigation we have? The same story. Class name I am giving as so. Then how the template is created? Soap demo. Public class soap demo. Then I have public session public class is how we create. Right now, how we are going to do? Generate the session ID using partner example. Partner example dot PS equal to partner example dot so PS equal to partner example dot so. PS dot login Whatever the username password you give, you will get it. Then create the header. Using super. Then what I'm doing? So demo dot equal to head dot then invoke the create method. How do you do that? So demo dot I'm going to create so demo dot create. Then we have create dot session header equal to. Then we are going to give string result equal to service dot create this is how I create. Is that was clear? Basically, once you consume, this is for generation of session ID. Create the header element because it is a header based authentication. Here it is a body based authentication, and you are passing the credential using the body and getting the session ID. Then we are passing the session ID in the header, and we are invoking the service. Right now, so this is it. Now, what is the difference between partner visual file and enterprise visual file? Generally, people ask you. Difference between partner visual file and enterprise visual file. When I say partner visual file, this is to share the data with your partners. That means, if I have an org, A, B, C. When I generate a partner visual file, this will not have the data about ABC. It only contains schema information. So, when I give this data to third party, they consume it. While they are using, they say schema.get global display. So, right now, at the time of execution, whatever the objects are there, whatever the fields are there, whatever the tabs are there, the data will come. Later on, I created some extra. X, Y, Z. No problem. The definition will not be there in partner visual file because it is only schema. Now again when I am running schema will get global described A, B, C, X, Y, Z. That means any change that I make in the source will be automatically reflected back to the target. Any changes that I make in the source will be automatically applied to the target, and target people can access those changes. But when I go to enterprise visual file, when I go to enterprise visual file, the schema will contain, they will not contain the schema, it will contain the definition about every element. So the enterprise visual file contain A, B, C. When they consume it, they will also get the information about ABC. Later on, if I add X, Y, Z, Now the definitions of XYZ is not there. Because enterprise visual file literally contains the definition of every element. Okay, once I generate the enterprise visual, at that moment, whatever the elements are there, only the definitions are given. Later on, any changes are done, those changes will not be there in enterprise visual file. So if I make any changes in the source, that will not be reflected to target. The target still they find ABs. So the changes what I make in the source will not be reflected to target. So when do I go for enterprise visual file? When I want to sell the product like a version based. When I want to sell the product like a version based, 1.0 version enterprise, 1.2, okay, 2 version enterprise. When I want to release the product like a version based, then I will be going for enterprise. When I want to go with a partner, everything will be reflected. Then I go with a partner. Are you getting my point? Enterprise like Windows 7 is there. Drivers of Windows 7 will not work for Windows 8. They are releasing Windows 7, the corresponding drivers are given. Windows 10, corresponding drivers are given. So they are releasing like a product. They are releasing like a version. Right? Then they go for enterprise. Is that was clear? So that's all for mine for the day. Next, I need